Okay, so thank you very much, Mickey Gall, for being with us on this new interview of MMA Time.
Oh, thanks for having me.
It's a real pleasure. So, first question, you're only 23 years old with two pro fights, with one in the UFC. When did you know, that you wanted to become a mixed martial artist, and how did you react your parents when you told them?
They were pretty supportive actually, which is rare. A lot of MMA fighters will catch a lot of grief from their parents wanting to do this crazy sport. I was like 15, I believe, and I was talking about, I was watching it a lot on TV, and I grew up playing all the sports, and then I was like talking to my dad about it. And my dad, when I was 16, my dad took me to this jiu-jitsu place. I had boxed a little bit when I was younger, like when I was 13. But I'd say when I started was when I got into jiu-jitsu. That was for the pursuit of MMA.
Yeah, okay. And about that, do you have a background, like a family background or sports background? Do your father ever box? Did he ever box? What about your family? Your sister, maybe? Your mom? I don't know.
No, both my parents are fairly athletic. My dad tried out for the Giants,
Oh,
the
yeah?
New York Giants, the football team. Yeah, he was a tight end. And then my mom she's like a track, she played track and stuff. But yeah, I guess no combat sports though in my family. No
Yeah, okay.
combat sports. A lot of like football players.
Okay. And about you and your style as a fighter, I want to know because your last fight, the UFC debut, we didn't really get to see much. We saw that you punch hard and you're great with the rear naked choke, but other
Thank
than
you.
that, we didn't see a lot about your fighting style. Could you describe your fighting style maybe and give us an input for you as a fighter?
Yeah, that is my fighting style. I punch hard to
You
the
punch
head,
hard.
and then I grab a submission if they stay awake on the ground. That really is my
Pretty
fighting
good.
style. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
alright.
Punch hard to the head to try and grab a submission.
Yeah, and also, where did you train? I know you train with the Miller brothers, I believe.
Yeah, yeah. I train with Jim and Dan. I've been training with Jim and Dan since I was 19.
Yeah.
Yeah, great guys I really look up to. Um, I've been doing jujitsu since I was 16 at Gracie, New Jersey,
Ah, okay. Yeah.
with under David Adiv, and I still train there. And I also train. I mentioned you mentioned Miller Brothers and what's it called? American Top Team
Ah,
in
okay.
Allentown. Yeah,
ATT. Okay. Yeah.
yeah.
Absolutely.
And do you they give you a lot of their experience when they when they give you advice, sorry, or when they teach you about the career and everything else?
Well, with Jim and Dan, like, yeah, they're totally they're kind of like quiet with that stuff. Like if you ask, they'll tell you anything, but they're not like ones to you know give you unsolicited advice so much. If you ask, they tell you anything, like because they're great guys. But yeah, I'd say especially the big advice that I've gotten from Jim, because I've asked, is he's like, in these fights, just go out there and fight. Just fight for 15 minutes, just blow it out, and just fight your fight. Don't do what you do, and just fight. Go in there, it's a fight. That's he'd repeat the word, it's a
Yeah.
fight. Just fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Impose
That's
your will.
Miller. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Impose your will.
Exactly. Fight your fight.
Okay, that's a good advice, in fact, because sometimes you see fighters who don't perform well because they want to adapt to the style of their opponent, and they forgot who they are and what are their strong qualities.
Yes, absolutely.
So that's a
Yeah.
good advice.
But
Yeah. So I wanted to talk to you about your experience on about looking for a fight with Dana White, Matsera, and Nick the Tooth show. You make your kind of debut in there, knowing that the UFC's president was going to be in the room looking at you, and you might have in the back of your head that you wanted to call out CM Punk. How did you handle the pressure, the fact that you had to perform well, impress? Was it a
You
big deal
know,
for you, or just some other night?
well, the thing is, it's whenever you have a fight, it's very nerve wracking. Like I get nervous because I train like I'll train like 2 times a day, say like 6 days a week, and then I get 15 minutes to show what I can do and show, if I don't perform that night, then I'm a bum. I'm a piece of crap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a nerve wracking thing. It's like you question, you're like, am I gonna have it? Am I gonna have my best night? Am I gonna have an off day? But luckily every time I've felt great in fights, and this one, and then you're asking about the Dana White one. It was a little bit more nerve wracking knowing he was there, but not much. Like it was like I still want to win more than I want to breathe. You know what I mean? Like I still want to, like it'd be terrible. You have all your friends and family there, and someone's trying to kick your butt in front of all them. You know what I mean? It's a nerve wracking thing, but so yeah, it was cool. They had us sign a thing beforehand, like a release that they could use whatever they film, and other than that, I didn't hear anything about it for the next month. And then I was watching the Condit Robbie Lawler title fight, and they show a commercial, and I'm talking in it, and I was like, oh no, what? Me and my dad rewound it like 15 times. I was watching the fights with him, and then I was like, I hope something's gonna come of this, like, cause I didn't know, no one said anything to me, and then I got on social media, and then a couple weeks later, they offered me the Mike Jackson fight, which we were like, yeah, okay, sure, yeah, cause my goal is to fight in the UFC and become a champion there, and that brought me into the UFC, and then that fight went real well.
Yeah, but you talk about the UFC. We would like to know how did it go, the process, the signing, because you fought for the first time in November in the UFC, in the show, and then you fought recently in the UFC, but it was really really quick. When did you exactly sign, and how did it go? Because we know that you have several fights contract.
Yes, I think it. Well, it's not. I think the contract, they could get rid of it at any time, but it's I think it was like 40 months, and then what was it? So yeah, I found out the Saturday before it was released. They released it on like a Wednesday night. I found out Saturday. I was sitting in the gym. I was talking with Jim Miller after a sparring practice, and my buddy Rich Petishnock. We were sitting there, and then all of a sudden my dad calls me. He's like, "Hey, I got off the phone with Dana." Dana called my dad, and then he's like, "You're fighting the 6th." And I was like, "Cool, all right, let's do it." And I got like all of a sudden I got that like my legs kind of started shaking, because I was like just so excited, like it's a dream come true.
Yeah.
Just a question about looking for a fight. You knew in advance before the fight that you wanted to call out CM Punk, or it was just because you were fired up by the win and you knew that Dana was in the area watching you, that you did that, or it was planned and you knew exactly where you wanted to go?
It was planned.
Okay.
I found out about a month before, probably a little less than a month. The owner of Dead Serious MMA, who I fought for, where they filmed the show, called me and was like, "Hey, I got big news. Dana White's gonna be at the fight." And immediately as I got off the phone, I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna call out CM Punk. Who else am I gonna fight in the UFC? I knew I was gonna be 1-0 after my fight. So CM Punk's 0-0. That's a like record. Like that fight could happen.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's the only, I want to fight in the UFC. Here's maybe a quick way I can get in, and not a bad fight as it is. And it really worked out well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
And about Fight Night 82 against Mike Jackson, his record was 0-0. And you knew that in order to get the CM Punk golden ticket, if I may say, you had to beat him. Was it difficult to, you had two times, you had two processes. The first one was to pass into looking for a fight, win and impress Dana White in order to sign for the UFC. And then you knew that you had to perform against Mike Jackson to get to fight CM Punk. Was it a lot of stress, and how did you get to prepare against a fighter who was 0-0 in his record, and that you didn't have so much videos on him?
The process, like at points was stressful, and I actually and especially you hear about like UFC jitters and stuff, and like the adrenaline dumps. what I was doing, I was talking to two like mental coach type guys. One guy who's a sports psychologist, Dr. Lee Monday, who helped me out a lot, and this other guy, Daniel Martinez, who owns Decipher in Tennessee. And they both talked to me about keeping calm and breathing. And I gotta say, best I ever felt in the octagon. Now to get back to your best I ever felt in a fight was how I felt going out in the UFC octagon. I felt at home. I felt amazing. To your question with Michael Jackson, he had 3 professional striking matches recently. He was 2-0 as a boxer and was 1-0 as a kickboxer. His most recent fight was a legacy kickboxing thing where he beat the crap out of the guy, but I didn't think the guy was very impressive. All 3 were knockouts. But then like 4 years ago, he had like a bunch of MMA fights where he was like he just looked he looked average to me. So I knew his striking had progressed a little bit. I wasn't sure how his entire MMA game went. If you're taking boxing fights and kickboxing fights, I imagine you're not working on your sprawl and working your jiu-jitsu and wrestling as much. You're focusing on your striking. But I wanted to bring the striking to him, and I thought I'd beat him in either spot. Like I was very confident I beat him in striking, beat him in on the ground.
Yeah,
I guess it just took that one punch, and then, didn't expect it going that fast, but
yeah.
I'm not complaining.
Yeah, you thought you would have to go longer.
Yeah, I was ready to go 3. I didn't know exactly what he'd be doing, how he's gonna play it. Sorry, my dog just walked in here.
No problem.
What's his name?
Babe, that's Babe.
Female or male?
Male.
Hi.
Yeah. Sorry about that. So yeah, sorry, what were we just saying? We were talking about.
Your fight with Mike Jackson.
Yeah. I saw a little tape. I was like, none of the MMA stuff's really relevant anymore because of the time that had passed. But all I had to go was from his striking, and I did think it was gonna go. I did think it was gonna go like a little longer. I didn't think it was gonna go 45 seconds. I thought if I got my hands on him early, I'd take him out, but
The quicker the better.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. I was ready for 3.
You could fight the next day.
Around, jabbing, it looked like he had a chin. Worst case, it would have went that long, but I didn't see it going that long. I was ready for it though.
Yeah, and to talk about the future and your next fight, the CM Punk fight. Everybody talked about maybe UFC 199, maybe UFC 200, but with the injury, the back injury, maybe it's a setback for the bout. What about it?
Again, that's another thing. I guess it is still a little bit up in the air. When the news broke that he was getting back surgery, I had like a million texts on my phone.
Yeah.
Everyone be like, "Sorry, bro, he pulled out. Sorry, bro. Sorry, bro. Sorry, bro." And I saw like the websites where they were saying like 4 to 6 months. And then we talked to Dana, and he goes, "It's a minor surgery. It's 4 weeks. The fight's still on. It's a 4-week setback." So I'm hoping that puts us right into UFC 200. That's what I would love. That made me so happy.
The biggest card ever.
Does it bother you that everyone jumps all the time on CM Punk, telling him he's a joke because he's getting in the UFC, and talking to you only as the opponent of CM Punk? Also, that we know that you want to be more than the guy who will fight against CM Punk, because clearly you want to go somewhere in the UFC, but you wanted to fight CM Punk. Sometimes do you regret all the media attention and the public talking to you about CM Punk?
No, I get it. He's the superstar right now. You know what I mean? I'm happy I'm gonna help build my name and give myself exposure off him. And then a year from now, after I start, taking it to the real UFC fighters, and I rattle off a couple real UFC wins, like against real UFC caliber fighters, people forget. And then when I'm eventually, win a belt, no one's gonna remember that I fought CM Punk.
So the belt is the goal.
Absolutely, 100%. It has been. It has been since for years. I didn't think I'd be, I didn't think I'd be in the UFC right now. I thought it'd be, maybe a year, and I'd just start getting in there. But now I'm there. I'm ready. You know what I mean? I'm ready to go. And Yeah, right now I'm still that CM Punk guy. Like
Yeah.
Mickey Gall is that CM Punk guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That guy who's gonna fight CM Punk. But
Just
I
to
won't be remembered
compare
as
your
that.
situation with Sage Northcutt, after you fight a CM Punk, you want to keep growing slowly as a fighter and take your time and take time in between fights and not taking a top 10 level guy
Too soon.
or you want to rise very fast.
I think I'm capable of rising fast. I've been working with UFC guys for years. You know, I've been working with Jim and Dan Miller. Both guys are in the top 10 recently. Charlie Brenneman, who is in the top 10, Rafael Oliveira. You know, I've been training with UFC guys for years, and I do my thing. I hold my own. I think I could beat any, and on any given day, I could beat any given UFC fighter.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you're in the strongest division in the UFC. I believe this is the strongest division, the welterweight. It's I don't see any weaknesses.
It's packed.
Yeah, it's really really packed, and
Yeah.
the
I love that.
the opponents are going to be really tough. You don't ever scare that. You don't even fear that.
No. I mean, no. Yeah, sure. I don't fear it. It'll get me nervous. It'll get me nervous, and it'll make my adrenaline pump and stuff. But it's a fight. That's why I do this. That's what I got into. I get the fight. I probably have less than 20 years to fight, and then I'll have to do some other crap. You know what I mean?
You're a really special guy in this division because you're so tall and your reach is really big. So how would you? I asked you earlier about your fighting style. How would you match with the other guys in the division? Because I believe you may be the tallest guy in the division. Carlos Condit is close, but you're really tall for a welterweight.
Yeah. I'm kind of similar to a similar build to Carlos Condit, and our games aren't that different either. I guess that'd be a guy to I kind of be compared to. But I think I know I can stack up with any of them.
Yeah.
You know, I've trained with tough guys before, and I know they're just another guy, just another fighter. And I know my skills. I can handle with anyone.
Yeah.
Anyone, top to bottom.
Is the weight cut hard on you because you are a big welterweight, or it's not so hard because you are
not hard at all.
Thin?
It's not hard at all. It's really not that. It's never been bad. I've seen people do weight cuts where they're like they're passing out and they're like, you know what I mean? And they're not in a good place. I've never had that. It's just been like, all right, do this for a little bit. All right, cool. Now I'm on weight. I always year round I follow a good clean diet.
Yeah.
And I just restrict, like a week or 2 weeks before. I just restrict. I just eat very clean and just not. I overeat. Like I'm like a glutton. Like I overeat way too much. But I keep it really. I clean it up even cleaner than I keep it, and then I just restrict. So I don't eat myself full.
Yeah.
And then it's just been easy. It's discipline. It shouldn't be hard.
Yeah, it's a job.
Yeah, absolutely.
And in terms of matchup, let's say in the top 5 of the welterweights, is there a guy that you think that your style would match up real good with, or you don't bother, you'll take anyone that come and fight?
Or on the contrary, is there a guy you think would not match up with you very well? Okay. You can tell us.
Don't give us the blueprint.
I don't want to say too much, guys.
Don't give up any weaknesses. Just an idea.
Say it again?
Don't give up any weaknesses. Just an idea.
No. I wouldn't be giving up any weaknesses. I just don't want to be, talking too crazy yet.
Yeah.
The top 5. I think I stack up with all those guys. I think there's a lot of good wrestlers in there, and I think I think a part of my game that's dangerous is if you're in my guard, I can submit UFC caliber guys off my back. I've been doing jiu-jitsu for a while, so I'm dangerous from everywhere. I have dangerous stuff from every spot. I could be on the bottom of side control and I could take a submission. I could take submissions from everywhere.
Yeah.
And like I hit hard too. So anyone, I'm not gonna say a certain person's name or this or that, but you know.
No, we don't want you to call out some names. But saying that,
It's sad
No
because
problem.
it kind of feels like you do, but it's okay.
and you feel that welterweight is gonna be your home, or someday you wanna jump or go
Middleweight,
up to
maybe.
middleweight or less.
Less is gonna be hard.
I'd like to be a heavyweight. I'm just not that big. You know what I mean? Like heavyweight's the spot. I hope I grow. I think I'll grow a little bit more. And I'll probably finish my career at a higher weight. Just assuming I get, I'm trying to lift weights and eat and get bigger and stronger. But like I always say, I wish I was a heavyweight, man.
Yeah.
Not just cause of the weight cut, just the heavyweight champion.
Yeah, the mystique.
That's the real MFer, that's the real guy. The heavyweight, like it's cool to be the 145 pound, 155, 170 pound champion, but the heavyweight, that's the
baddest dude on the planet.
Absolutely, exactly. That's the baddest dude, the heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
So that's I wish I was heavyweight.
Yeah. And so we're gonna go to a series of questions, light questions, like you can answer very quick, and it's kind of funny. Tony is gonna shoot the first one, and we'll go with that.
So we want to know what is your favorite NBA team, if you get
NBA
one.
team.
NBA team, yeah.
If you like, I don't know NBA.
Right behind you, I think. That New York Knicks thing.
New York Time.
New York Knicks.
New York,
The Knicks,
sorry.
that's my
Okay.
team. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my NBA.
New York all the way.
Yeah,
And
but
your favorite NFL team.
New York Giants.
Yeah, okay, or New York, okay.
Okay.
I'm a Jersey guy, so yeah, New York. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
What is your best combat movie?
Combat movie. Oh man. Raging Bull. Raging Bull.
Great one.
Yeah.
Scorsese, a classic.
Yeah, I love that. It's a beautiful movie.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And we talked a lot about the fighters that are in your division, or maybe not. Who is the fighter currently who you can say is your inspiration or maybe a model for you?
Conor McGregor. He's opened my eyes to some things. In football, you're wearing a helmet, a face mask, shoulder pads, and you're an athlete. In fighting, you're an athlete and you're also an entertainer. We're out there. It's our face. It's our skin. We're not wearing shirts. We're not wearing pants. You know what I mean? So you have to also sell yourself. Like the way Conor McGregor does, it's beautiful. He's like a professional wrestler in MMA. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With his crap talking and everything. I love it. I think Conor McGregor. If fighters want to make money, you got to be bring a little of that Conor McGregor-ness to the.
Yeah, you did that with the CM Punk call out.
Yeah, you got it.
And just to be curious, who do you get between Conor and RDA? Because I know that a lot of people are currently doubting Conor. Dana White said he had trouble seeing Conor winning. A lot of
Patrick Cote, we did an interview with Patrick Cote, and he said that RDA is a beast. RDA is a beast.
But I feel that everyone is constantly doubting Conor. Before, with Jose Aldo, with Chad Mendes, saying that they were going to be the worst matchup. But I still have faith. What do you think about this matchup?
I think this is no doubt the worst matchup that Conor McGregor's faced. No doubt about it. Dos Anjos is like a machine.
Yeah.
That guy's a killer. He's badass. But Conor McGregor's been doing it. He's been calling his shots. Remember, he was trying to bet Dana White $3 million.
It's crazy, yeah.
And he did it. He said, "I'll take Seaver out in 2." Took him out in 2. Said, "I'll take out Poirier in 1." Took him out in 1. Like he's done. He said, "Aldo, I'll take him out in 1."
I think that what's great about him is that he's a real inspiration for people, showing that if you get the right mindset and if you truly believe in what you do and work your ass off to do what you want, you can achieve it. I don't know if he will be able to beat or not RDA, but that's a real inspiration. Taking apart the trash talking.
The trash talking part, yeah.
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 So another question: given the opportunity, if you were in the place of a matchmaker in the UFC, what would you love to see as a matchup or fight?
That's another good one. I'd like to see John Jones, who's probably, I'd say probably the best fighter, most physically gifted, talented fighter, fight heavyweight. So whoever the heavyweight champion is, that seems to be the plan too. Let John Jones just go off at heavyweight. Let's see how that goes. It's hard to say he would get beat by someone. You know what I mean? Like who do you put John Jones against someone and say he's not the favorite? Like who's the favorite, him or Verdum?
I'd say John Jones.
John Jones.
John Jones probably, right?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
John Jones at heavyweight. That's what I'd say.
Okay.
Anywhere, any heavyweight.
Okay, no.
So we're talking about Conor McGregor. Precision or power?
That's both, man. That's like both can precision or you said or.
Yeah, he said over.
Man, I don't know. Yeah. I guess if you hit the chin, the temple, but also if you just hit anywhere with some Mark Hunt power, that's an off button. That'll put people to sleep. The body shuts down.
It seemed when you rocked Mike Jackson, with your right on the chin, it wasn't so much powerful, but it connected really well, and that knocked him on the ground.
Yeah, I guess that was more of a precision shot, like the way he was backing up and I was moving forward. I wasn't planning it, just ripping, but that one was precision. But power's nice too. You know what I mean? That's hard, man. That's like picking between two awesome things. It's hard to do.
So another hard one: timing or speed.
One more time.
Timing or speed, like McGregor said, precision of a power, timing of a speed. What would you choose between timing and speed?
Guys, these are so hard to pick. I want all four. Timing's great, and a guy like GSP showed timing, like with his takedowns and stuff. That's a lot of timing. But then the speed, I don't know, man. I guess I hear what McGregor's saying, and I'm not gonna go and say he's wrong necessarily, but I want all four of those. I'd rather
Good
have
choice.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. And okay, to finish up with the interview, we looked the internet and we didn't find a nickname for you. Do you have a nickname in the? You don't?
No.
We might have found one.
We may have a nickname for you, yeah. Because you said.
I just want to know: are you still hungry, and do you still want or need to be fed, as you said after the CM Punk, the Mike Tyson fight?
Heck yeah, I gotta be fed. Feed me CM Punk.
Okay,
so Mickey the Lion Gal. What do you think about it?
The Lion?
Yeah, the Lion. You want to be fed? Yeah, you're hungry. Of
course. That's a badass name.
Great, it's set. It's all set.
Yeah, I can't be mad at the Lion. That's cool.
Absolutely, yeah. So, Mickey, thank you very much. It was really, really great.
Thank you for your time. Thank you for taking the interview. And
of course, guys.
We wish you all the best for the time to come. And even for after CM Punk, for your career. And we hope to see you soon.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, anytime you want to talk, let me know. I appreciate it. Like what you guys are doing. It's very cool.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Have a good day.
Good luck.
Yeah, you too, guys.
Bye. Bye.